Welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. Pull up a bar stool and join us for a random conversation, guaranteed to make you think or your money back.
Episode 17.
It's like the worst intro I've ever heard. Ever. Not even this podcast, just in general.
Yeah.
What about you, Carl?
The lush monster's going to hide now.
Yeah, no. Don't do that again.
Okay, all right. So I'll scratch that off my list of things that will make this podcast cool.
Anyway, welcome to the podcast if you're listening to this and that hasn't scared you away.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're still listening. So what we were going to talk about, some apps and stuff. So again, it's me, Chris Hanlon. We have Sam Elton Waters, and we have Carl the Lush Monster Hartley.
Lush.
So yes, episode 17.
Yeah, we were going to just have a quick talk about a whole bunch of apps or web sites that we use.
Yeah, and
we just started talking about it off air before, and we thought, oh man, that's pretty good. We better carry on talking.
Yeah, let's hit record on that. Anyway, so I was saying, like, when I do all my graphic stuff, not that I do a huge amount, I used to use all the time PicMonkey to do a frame on it.
I've used PicMonkey quite a bit.
And pixlr.com. Pixel with an R after it, .com. And that's like Photoshop, but online, and it's free.
And they're both free, and they're really good to use, especially if you don't have software, or if, it would be really good if you had like a Chromebook.
Yeah.
If all you had was basically internet connection.
Totally. And I mean, so now I don't even use Pixlr that much on the thing. I use it on my phone because it's an app as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Awesome. It's awesome. It is.
Okay, I'm downloading
brilliant.
that. I'm downloading that from my phone.
So I use that on my phone just as much as I used to use it on the computer before.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool. But what was the one you were talking about? One before, a couple of apps.
Oh, a couple of apps.
Well, he was talking about the website Flickchart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us about that.
And the headline, I'm just reading it now, it says, if they're all 5-star movies, which one's the best?
Yeah, so I love this website. So it might be a good date website to go to as well. I don't know. So what happens is the site shows...
So when you're on a date, you go, hey, let's
babe,
check out this.
Let's make the best movies ever. Something like that.
I hope you're taking notes, Chris.
Because I'm the one that needs the help. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, so what I love about the site is it makes you pick what your favorite movie of all time or your top 100 movies are. So it shows you two posters. So it'll be example Titanic versus Starship Troopers. And you have to choose the one that you like the most. The moment you pick Starship Troopers, because that's what you should be picking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It will put itself either at the top of the list or where Titanic was, because it's now rated higher.
Right.
So it keeps firing these two movies out to you, and you have to choose
and it's always easier to choose one versus the other instead of saying, what's your top 10 of all time? And I'm like, because Starship Troopers is up there, Blade Runner's up there, and, Highlander is still up there for
so
me.
So if Highlander and Starship Troopers popped up, what would you pick? And that's where the drama starts.
Ooh, yeah.
So this is a free website?
It's a free website. You just got to sign up
You just got to sign up?
And it just remembers it. So you can come back.
App as well? Because it should be. It sounds like it's so simple.
Like
it should be on a phone.
Well, you can play it on your phone.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So it is.
Okay. So if your phone is internet enabled, you can
HTML5 or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's cool. And what was the other app we were talking about? We were talking about another app that got us started talking on apps.
I have no idea. Sorry.
Okay. So anyway, moving on.
But an app that we have all been using,
Yeah.
and I've started it off, Telegram.
Oh, Telegram. Yeah, no, dude.
We're back on it.
That is brilliant. That is...
Sam needs to give the background about Telegram because I think that's almost as interesting as the app.
It's been on an earlier podcast. If you listen to our podcast, you know that.
Well, we got Carl hooked up with Telegram, and we've hooked up a group chat thing. Works really well.
I got to admit, though, we did do a podcast on Telegram, and I didn't download it for ages. I think I finally did because you sent me an invite or whatever. But it's not until we had this group chat that I realized you can just do cool things. So you share a video, because you shared a video, didn't you? And what happened? You can edit.
Oh, yeah. So shoot a video, and then immediately comes up with this little editing piece, and you can just shorten it to the length that you want it to be. So I just found that the funny part, and went, oh, sweet, boom, 5 seconds, opposed to the minute-long video.
Yeah, because we were in conversation, typing conversation back and forth, and you just did that. And then I sort of was playing, and there's a little microphone icon, and you just hold that down, and you say a few words, and you take your finger off, and it sends it like straight away. It's ridiculous. It's awesome.
Funny enough, I had been kind of researching because I wanted to get a better kind of chat system because I hate text messaging. So I'm trying to convert everyone to another system.
It's very hard because there's a lot of different systems out there. So people will be like,
WhatsApp
go use WhatsApp
Messenger.
or Viber
or Line.
And the only good things I'll say about those two apps compared to Telegram is you can do video calls on those ones. Telegram you can't.
So nostril cam.
Yeah.
But,
But you've got the advertising and you've got all this junk popping up, and
I can hand on heart tell the viewers or listeners out there that it's the fastest app because I've been trialing all the others.
Yeah.
This is lightning quick. So if you're sharing audio, sharing video, sharing images, it is instant.
yeah.
That is a big difference from the others.
I've even, because it works on every device, including desktop computers, I've hooked my mum up on it. And the reason I've done that is because to share photos with my mum from my cell phone, traditionally I'd have to send them to her in an email. Her phone can't receive the
MMS,
photos from my phone because they're too big. But with this, it just pops up on the desktop and it's all there, and she can look at all the photos and stuff that we've been up to.
Yeah. So, okay. Telegram, one of the best apps out there at the moment.
So what else have you guys got sitting on your phone? I've got one here that I'm going to talk about. I use it all the time, and half the time I don't realize I'm using it. I chew through a lot of data on my phone.
Really?
A lot. And sometimes I have to pay for extra data, and that's not too good. So I use an app called Data Lock. And Data Lock shows you tell it how much data you have for a period.
Yep.
And I've got 1 day left until I get more data. And you can tell it how much data you're allowed each day. So basically I'm rationing my data out.
Does that drive you insane or what?
No, it doesn't. When you reach the limit, it basically shuts off your data. And the way I've got around it, you can put in cron jobs, so you tell it what you want it to do. So basically what this app does is my data by default is turned off, and every hour it turns on for 4 minutes, and basically everything on my phone updates and I get all the notifications, and then it turns itself off after 4 minutes.
Wow. That's pretty cool. And then when you're actually wanting to surf something because you're with somebody and you got a Google question, you can just override it.
You can override it anytime you want. You turn the data back on. You can increase the limits. That's the screen there. I'll post a screenshot of what that looks like.
Cool.
But it works really well for me to manage my data.
Right. Okay. So I've got to yell out this one. This is one I've put a lot of people on. I think I put Carl on for a while back. Is Neo Reader, and it's just the best fastest barcode reader and QR reader that I've come across yet. If you come across a faster one, let me know. But Neo Reader, and it's funny because you don't think about it because you don't use it all that time much.
No.
But when you have to deal with crap ones, like I've picked up somebody else's phone and gone, dude, just download Neo Reader, it's free.
The wickedly intrusive ads all over the place.
Oh man, that sucks. The other one, of course, we've got to talk about is the GST, simple GST calculator by The Profit Wizard.
This was made about 12 years ago.
It's my app.
With some shady developers and some weird
There's
dude.
no advertising because the shady developer screwed up the advertising.
That's right. I knew
so
there
I've
was
never made any money out of it. There's no advertising and it's free. But I use it all the time. Literally, I made the app because I wanted to use it.
This is when they changed the GST from 12.5% to 15%.
Yeah.
And Chris went out and got this app made for him to put in the market.
I like to think that is also a date app as well, if you're a romantic.
He's waiting for someone to leave a comment like, hey, I see what you see. I saw you made this app. Just, what are you up to tonight?
I'm an accountant who's terrible at maths.
You've changed the way my life is.
Can we spend some time together?
Yeah. So that's my, actually that's the other app that you put me onto.
He's
Sam.
pointing to me. Yep.
Sam, is the YNAB. Are you using it?
Yeah, I use it all the time.
Are you? Okay, because I fell off the wagon like big time ages ago.
So YNAB stands for You Need a Budget, and it's and it's more than an app. It's sort of a philosophy around how to budget your money.
And you need the desktop to be transparent. You need the desktop, and the phone ties to the desktop.
Yeah,
thing.
And it's a four different rules that the guy came up with. His name's Jesse. Give him a shout out. And ynab.com, and it isn't free. And the best time to pick it up, and I think we were going to talk about this, I'm going to remind Carl, is during the Steam sales.
Yeah, totally, because that's when I bought it.
When it's $15 instead of 60.
I think it's actually on special right now.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
It'll pop up and people...
Yeah, it'll pop up all the time. You Need a Budget is really good, and that should have been in my New Year's resolutions to actually restart that. I'm so far behind. Haven't used it for months.
You have to start from scratch.
I don't know how to restart it. But
there's a button, or you delete it or something.
Yeah, I got to do that.
But it's good.
It is a very good way of looking at budget. So instead of saying, I'm going to spend this much on this, this much on this, this much on this all through the month, you sort of have that idea in your head, but you get paid some money and you allocate the money you've got.
Yeah, you only budget the money you have.
You don't budget what you don't have.
Forecast
which is what
I
I used to always do, was budget all the money I didn't have.
Yeah.
And it never worked very well.
No.
Yeah.
But you do need to stick to it and slowly work at it.
And having it on the phone is great, because every time you make a transaction, your phone's there and you can do that.
That's the bit I'm a bit slack at. I usually do the transaction later on in the day. Yeah. I don't know why. I just keep forgetting that, hey, I should do it at the point of sale.
Yeah, no, I was pretty good at that, but yeah, then I just stopped doing everything. Anyway, so
I had Carl's turn, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, if you don't care about your privacy, I recommend SyncMe, which is sync.me. And
is that an app or a website?
It's an app, and I used to have it on my iPhone, and I found it for Android. And what it does is it goes through all your contacts and just trawls all the social media sites out there, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatnot, and it grabs all the images for people for your phone. What I like most about it is it'll grab images from people that you don't have as Facebook friends, so it still finds them and gets the image. So it looks all pretty when you go to like get calls with them.
Yeah, that is annoying when you just got that ghost face for everybody.
Because I've got a bad memory, and sometimes I don't remember what you look like. So you actually see a photo.
Okay.
But what's even more scary is it grabs their latest Facebook image. So you can
if they update it.
So if you can see if they've just been fishing or on holiday or whatever. So it's kind of stalkerish, because like I've had
some of the comments here on the App Store are pretty interesting.
Well, it all depends. If you don't mind apps going through
I
your
don't really
contacts.
want it updated all the time. Like, I like some of the photos I've put with some of the people that I've got on my phone. So like Carolyn, we were at a vineyard in somewhere up north, and vineyard was something to do with the name was a pig or something.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so she's slurping out of a bottle of wine in a sty with a pig, and it's just like the ultimate photo that pops up on my phone whenever she calls me.
But you get to choose what photos you update. But so it's more like for those fringe people you don't really know that well.
Yeah, totally.
And you don't have a photo of them or anything like that, so you can just choose which ones it updates. But I just think it's cool, because I hate those generic no face thing pops up, and I like seeing who's calling me when I glance at the phone when the
totally
face pops up.
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of contacts. I think I've told the phone not to connect. It's quite interesting, because I had an Android phone years and years ago, and then I went to a dumb phone, and now I'm back to Android, and some of the photos that I've picked for people are still set. So for my dad, he's in a rabbit suit.
Oh, that's right. Carl on mine has his face half burnt off from the first zombie walk that we did, and it's still from that. It looks freaking awesome, actually. There's a couple of great photos of Carl and I at zombie walks in the last few years.
There's I've got an app here that I think it blows my mind every time, and I keep showing people, and I haven't shown you because I haven't seen you since I've got it. And there was a list online, and I think it was the top 10 things that you're living in the future.
Right.
So have you got something with some writing on it, like printed? No, need.
Okay,
He's
hang on.
holding
Hang
up.
on.
He's holding
I've
up
got
his.
to get up and get out of my desk chair
He's
here.
holding
Hang
his
on.
crappy coffee cup up. So this app, I have no use for at all in my life, but it's handy to have. It's called Word Lens. You just pick a language, English to something. There's only a few you can
Spanish.
pick from. English to Spanish, right? Okay. So basically, it uses your camera. I'm going to turn this around. It should change that
Holy snot!
in real time.
In real time. So
That
you've
is
got
sweet,
it's
same font and everything.
that is virtual reality thing.
Augmented
Augmented reality.
reality.
That's what I'm talking about.
So it can do it from a language to English as well. So if you had something in Spanish, it would just.
There's
So
also-
you
if you're traveling and you
Yeah.
see a sign, street sign, you're going, "What the hell is that?" Bam.
That's even better.
Menus. That is freaking genius.
It's even better than Google Translate, actually, because I used it when I was in Taiwan and Vietnam.
What
Yeah,
Google
yeah.
Translate?
Yeah, and you can take so the way it works is you take a photo, so it's a menu, and then it scans through and it just highlights the areas that it can read, and then you just highlight where you want it to translate and it just translates it. So
Yeah,
it did
yeah.
to menus as well.
But
if
this
it can
does
do
it
that on the fly,
That's amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
Amazing. Wow.
I know, it's crazy. It's amazing how it just.
I wish it is further in that instruction booklet. Is it in a different language? Can we get it from that language to English?
I just want to get
Because you know how
the
No,
Google,
this is
the
all in
Google
English.
Glass edition, right? That's what you need, right? It's just the Google Glass version.
Isn't the Google Glass dead?
No, he'll come back.
You reckon?
They've disrupted enough for someone to actually do it. So it won't, if it's not Google, it's
Chris is
gonna be
trying to
someone else.
find something in a foreign language so I can translate it back into English.
He sounds like a cat trying to come through the cat door or something.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I just grabbed the Scion instruction manual in case anything isn't.
The old Scion.
There's got to be a different language in the back of this.
You know, you're in the future. We could translate something that's 25 years old.
It's pretty epic.
Oh no, it's all in English.
You know, you're in the past when everything's
I
in
was
English.
thinking if that was in different languages, that'd be 10 times thicker, that booklet.
Damn it! It's ring-bound instruction booklets. Like they don't make them like they used to, man.
No, they don't.
All right. Anyway, so that's probably not great for the viewers, but we will put photos on the website of, or links to that app anyway, because I want to check it out later.
Yeah, sounds
and some
awesome.
photos, and we'll put the photos of the zombie pics. Some zombie
Bam, bam.
pics.
Brains.
Oh, that was the thing I was going to say. Like two sessions ago, it was like 2015. The question everybody's asking is, what have you got planned for the zombie apocalypse? What are you going to do?
When's the zombie apocalypse happening?
Well, this year.
Okay,
Assuming it's this year.
so do you want me to speak truthfully or
I'm going to that
fictional,
restaurant.
Carl?
Yeah, well, he's going to go to the restaurant. Do you remember what it's called again?
Gostiana, which is in episode 12, I think.
Yeah. And there's a photo in the show notes for episode 12, I think it was on, that had a photo of the restaurant, and the restaurant's got swords and
kidding
halberds
me?
and everything, and
No,
armor
it's
and freaking everything on the walls and everything. It's like, holy snot.
That's awesome.
actually, it's episode number 10.
Episode 10. So check that out. But yeah, so that's a good rallying point. If, we need to armor up. So what else you got? What's your realistic view there, Carl?
I've had this conversation over Christmas, actually, at a Christmas party.
Ooh. Of course you have. Everybody does.
Well,
don't
because it was, actually, it was just before Christmas. Actually, it's my mate's 40th birthday, and he's a computer programmer. So all his mates were there.
Ah, very good.
So we had this, like a whole lot of computer programmers, and then we all sat around and said, how would we fare? Like, how good would we do in a zombie apocalypse? And we kind of all agreed that we're doomed, because being really good at something that's virtual or on a computer doesn't really help. Being able to program in 10 different computer languages doesn't really help much. So my angle is going to be, I'm just going to suck up to the person with the gun and try and be charismatic and try and live their way. So basically I'm saying I'm doomed.
Yeah, Paige invited me out to shoot guns with her. I should do that.
Yeah, because she's a full-on pistol shooter.
Yeah,
There
I
you go,
know.
see, Chris. Start anticipating how weak you are.
Yeah, totally.
got the gun?
I've got some skills. I got some skills. I'll be.
You
okay.
can't dive roll a zombie. He's just going to bite you and you're gone.
Yeah, no, I've
It
got
depends if they're fast zombies or slow zombies.
that is a big thing.
know.
But there is one thing, like if all due to the computer, if Left 4 Dead has taught me anything, it's like you don't fuck off by yourself. You need to stay with the group.
Step 1, find a group.
But do you think the zombies would be slow or fast? I think they'd be slow.
I think they'd be slow.
Because if they're half rotted and the brain and everything's firing wrong, and
I think fast zombies, you're looking at a short epidemic. They'll burn themselves out.
I
and we're
want to
over.
see some Twilight zombies, and they look all beautiful and shiny and stuff.
always with the shiny stuff.
And they just become all like glowy and look like angels, and try and eat your face off.
I like this. I like the slow zombies. I still like the Walking Dead zombies.
Yeah,
style-
I'm with you,
style
Chris.
things.
The win by mob and always trying to eat you over time is the coolest zombies, I think, opposed to super fast.
Yeah, but and even with the slow ones, you've got to be in a group of 4 minimum. If you split into pairs, you'll do okay, but pairs is still dangerous.
Who's the guy that knows how to escape from anywhere in case of a zombie apocalypse? The guy
that
you know?
dude we met. Wow, what's his name? From Wellington.
Was he from Wellington?
Well, he's the
we
one
met
that-
him in Auckland. Eh?
He helped design the Wellington, the Wellywood.
Oh, you're
sign.
talking about Dan Piper.
Is that him?
I just remember you saying there was a guy.
There's 2 guys actually. I'm thinking about the guy that we met up in Auckland that time.
He had all the
from
body armor and stuff.
Agency.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
we
same
were
one.
talking about doing a movie. We
yeah.
half wrote a script for this zombie webisode, which is really cool, and I still want to make it at one point.
But the coolest thing is this guy was kind of doing his like.
I even used
marketing
it with
spiel.
my girl chick picking up things. I'm like, one of the girls.
How does this work?
One of the girls at the gym. I'm like, we've got
just
this
happened?
movie.
I
and
remember this.
And this is how this is going to work out, and we really, really need a hot Asian, and you're a hot Asian, so
Didn't you
Do
go
you
up
have
to her and
coffee?
go, I want to make a film with you in it?
yeah, pretty much.
That's how I
something like
remember that conversation.
Yeah, pretty much something like that.
Take
Anyway.
you to Memento.
That didn't lead to anything. Anyway, but so that was cool.
Can I just say a little bit more about this guy, because he was just doing his kind of generic kind of marketing spiel to us. Then we mentioned zombie, and this guy lit up.
He changed, man.
It was funny because like his posture even changed. He turned from like kind of this guy who's kind of relaxed to his like shoulders out, pumping his muscles up, and he's going, if there's a zombie,
I already know
right now.
7 ways to get out of this venue
Yeah.
right now if there was a zombie apocalypse.
As soon as I walked into this building, I already figured out 7 ways. See that rafter? Jump there, jump there, jump there. And I was like, what?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was so good. So we're in the middle of this marketing thing, and the 3 of us are just going riffing on about zombies, and people are coming up to sort of mingle, and then they're like looking at us, and then sort of sidling off again.
Yeah,
It was
they'll
awesome.
rock up and then just turn around and rock away.
It was genius. I can't remember the guy's name, but I've got his card here still. But yeah, and Dan Piper was the other one. I like Dan. Dan worked with us at Telecom, met him at one of the young conferences, and we had a zombie session actually. And he brought it up, and he goes, "I have my list of." He didn't call them friends. He called them whatever companions that I will have in a zombie apocalypse, and I also have worked out the order in which they will be sacrificed.
which is disposable order.
Sam, where would you be on the order to be sacrificed?
I wouldn't be keen. I was on Trade Me the other day, and there's United Cutlery, which makes knives and things. They've got the old Apocalypse tactical gear.
Got the axe there.
I'm trying to. Yeah,
Is
this
Apocalypse Tactical like a brand name?
no.
That's awesome.
United Cutlery's the brand. Apocalypse Tactical's the series of equipment that they've
Yeah,
made.
well, so it is a brand.
But
yeah,
I'm trying to find.
That's awesome.
Hold on a sec. There's a better one. Where's the
No custom.
Oh, this is the one. This is what I want to get, just to have under the bed, just in case.
No, go back up. I just want to read that name out. The United Cutlery M48 Apocalypse Undead Survival
I think it's
That is-
Survival Axe,
X.
Yeah.
because it's a tactical walking axe. Look at it.
Are you kidding me? That's amazing.
That is so cool.
I'll link to that in the show notes so you can check that out. And if you want to buy one, actually you get a free headlamp with it, I think. And it's like $200, $201.19.
Yeah. So how do you put a price on saving your loved ones?
Exactly. Thank you, Carl.
I just love that they've got a product with the undead survival axe in there.
And then
awesome.
they do this purple haze tactical, which I think is catering towards the ladies' market.
Oh, it is too.
Just purple.
Fashionable.
Yeah, you
purple.
can brain a zombie with that. That's mint. That is freaking
Do
mint.
they kind of have any cool holsters? Kind of want to. Yeah, there you go. Oh no, that's Lord of the Rings.
That's like Lord of the Rings.
or something.
I don't know. I can't remember what I was looking for when I came across this thing.
Yeah, so anyway, so I think we have to get into a group. I think we would do okay in a group, but the next question is really, is it town or country?
What, like where you'd head?
Yeah.
Country. There's so many properties out there that wouldn't be affected by anything. They've got guns. Most people have farmers and things have guns, so that'd be good.
That's where New Zealand wins, right? Because we've
but
got such a low
But the
population
trick would
density.
be,
Yeah.
And we've got 8 places you can get to. The trick would be, you wouldn't. You imagine trying to convince someone that was happening. If you knew it was happening and you ran out and you're like, and they'd just be like, "You're crazy." Go
Yeah,
away.
they'd probably.
No, I'll just pull my phone out and go.
And once they do know about it, chances are they'll shoot you before you get close enough to figure out if you're alive or not.
That's true.
Let's all face it. There's like a curve to zombie apocalypses. There's survive the initial outbreak. And then there's that whole piece about surviving, and if once you
Well, it
start
depends
surviving,
how it's being spread as well.
Yeah, so there's survive the outbreak, then there's survive through to a sustainable point,
and then
there's survive the survivors.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the curve.
Totally.
Let's give
Lots of things to think about and lots of equipment to get ready for this.
Yeah, I got water.
Excellent.
Upstairs.
I keep meaning to put together a proper actual earthquake survival kit. Just haven't got around to
I
it.
got water and I had it in the cupboard, and my flatmates has thrown it out on the porch. Like I'm going to say it's so that the sun rays can keep it purified, but I think it's because they want me to chuck it out.
Yeah, it might be a hint. You have
Chris,
to put
your
like,
zombie water's getting gross.
yeah, you have to put like a drop of bleach in there. That's how you do it.
Yeah. But anyway, so you have any weapons ready for that?
I'm pretty much just going to go full on charm away to get people to look after me. It's pretty much going to be my strategy.
You're going to charm the zombies too.
No, because you've seen Walking Dead. All he's got to go is, dude, I have the cure. All you got to do is take me to
100%
take me to the government facility on Stewart Island, and I can save the world.
That top secret government facility.
So I find some dude who's got military training, possibly the guy we met at that bar that's like super ninja guy.
Raymond. His name was Raymond.
Oh, Raymond. Oh, hey, Raymond.
And I'll be Raymond's hype man. I'll be just saying, man, you got this, bro. We got this. I'll make sure you're watered up. I'll get your food. Just make sure you fight off these zombies.
Teach me how to load ammo for you.
I've got this.
Exactly.
I've got this pretty epic knife at home. I brought off Trade Me. I don't know why, but the guy that was selling it to me was very enthusiastic. He's I think he was a panel beater, and he was like, "Oh, I've got this massive collection of knives, and my wife said I had to sell some of them. I'm so glad someone's getting this knife. It's ex-Spanish military, I think. I'll have to show it to you."
Yeah, I used to have a curvy dagger, which I've lost now, but
I hate when you lose your curvy daggers, hey, because that always happens to me.
no, it had a jaguar
dagger is
head,
pretty
carved
straight.
jaguar head, but it was mega cool, man. Anyway, but Dave's Emporium, maybe go
Dave's
up there
Emporium just
early
moved,
on.
actually.
and
They have moved.
yeah,
bigger.
Yeah.
but they got loads of knives in there. Some good machetes too. I was checking those out. I was like,
Maybe
where
that's
am I
where we
going to
need to
need
go.
a machete? Zombie.
But
apocalypse.
the one day that you need a machete, you're like, damn it, I should have brought that.
Yeah, I should have bought that machete.
Actually, I was going to tell you when I was in there the other day, they had another full roll of the green screen stuff.
Oh, really? Yeah. So this is a shout out for people in the Hamilton area. If you're into filmmaking, green screen material costs like $40 a meter or something. Like if
Silly.
you buy it somewhere, you go to Dave's Emporium, you can get a 10-meter roll for $20.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you can paint your house with that.
I've got a whole wall
Yeah.
done, and I've still got another roll there in case I need it for anything. Like seriously.
Stockpiling the old chroma key green.
Yeah, totally. It was awesome.
I'm trying to convince my wife to have a feature wall that happens to be chroma key green.
How's that going? Because it's such a good colour that goes with everything.
Yeah, it's so natural.
Yeah.
Mind you, they had chroma key blue at work when I was
Oh,
there.
yeah, they do. Yeah, don't get me started.
That was the company colour.
Yeah. Good times.
Okay, so
Silence.
I'll give you guys $1 if you help me live through the zombie apocalypse.
Okay, sounds good. I'll
You
remember.
already owe us $1 from the
Madonna
tattoo book, don't you?
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
So I think that wraps up our podcast.
I'm just scared because Chris gives me that look where he tells me to shut up with his eyes.
Oh, no, I was actually going, will you say something now?
Oh,
for God's sake.
It's hard to tell
subtitles.
between those two. It's a bit hard to tell what his eyes
Our
mean.
chemistry's awesome.
Yeah,
It is.
Well, it's awkward when you're, because we're sitting beside each other on the couch with a bit of space in between, I might add, but we're sitting beside each other with the couch, but the microphones, we can't really turn and look at each other very well.
No.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
We need a circular couch.
I think that's the end of this podcast. So I just want to say a big thanks for Carl for hanging out with us again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Yes. And,
So it's good to get his voice down and actually prove that he's a real person.
Yeah, because we talked about
We mentioned him a few times. So,
Where's the lush monster?
yeah, because he's so hard to track down.
And he hasn't heard any of those podcasts, so he's been actually quite nice in these last 3 or 4 podcasts where he's turned up because he
Yeah.
still hasn't listened to
No,
the old
that's
ones
right.
where we
Oh
were
my
rubbishing
gosh.
him. Oh, that's awesome. Yes. So, do you want to, Sam, tell our listeners how to get all the benefits?
Make sure to check us out on Twitter. We are the Chris and Sam Pod. Check us out on Facebook, the Chris and Sam Podcast. And like and share us on Facebook if you want to. That'd be great. It's always great to get more people listening. And we've had a big influx of people over the last couple of days having a listen. So hopefully
you guys enjoying it.
let us know what's happening. Check out the website, thechrisandsampodcast.com. We've got all the stuff there, show notes, links to everything we mention.
And photos. We'll get those zombie photos up.
Yeah.
Get some zombie photos up.
That'd be good.
Also, if you guys have got anything you want us to talk about, any topics you'd like us to explore, or any shout outs you've got.
Or actually, if you're in the Hamilton area and you want to come hang out.
Yeah,
And
if
you
you
want to
want to
record a podcast.
we've got a spare mic. We're going to kick the lush monster out of that seat. And
It's the Frankenstein mic, by the way.
We're going to don't tell them about that.
don't talk about the Frankenstein stand. But seriously, give us a shout out if you've got an event that you're doing locally or whatever, and you want to maybe raise a profile. You can't raise them much more than with the Chris and Sam podcast.
We'll do our best.
Don't
and,
laugh.
we'll get the word out there with whoever's reading our stuff.
Hands on heart, this is the most popular podcast I've ever been on.
Yeah.
Hey! All right, so that's all from us. Have a great day, and we'll catch
Until
you
next
later.
time, yeah.
Yeah,
See ya.
you guys.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to subscribe and we'll catch you next week. Don't forget to tell your friend.